Hey guys, Crazy K here. This is not gonna be a fun video or anything like that, a tutorial or anything. So if that's what you were hoping for, then hopefully I will feel more up to doing something like that very soon. But okay, so regardless, the video is going to be about how I found out that I had endometriosis and how bad it's gotten and how it's affecting my life. I'm going to try not to be emotional in this video. And I apologize for the way I look, but I'm sorry guys, hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. Needed to gain my composure a little bit. So basically, when I started my periods when I was 13, I had a lot of pain, a lot of bleeding, and it was a lot more painful than anybody had talked about. But so I remember after about 6 months in, I was about 13 and a half, I started waking up with extreme migraines at least a couple times a week, and then I would get sick and throw up in the middle of the night. And this was when my periods were so bad and I was bleeding twice a month and I was losing too much blood. So I got put on birth control by the age of 14 to try to counteract that. It helped at first a little bit, I guess, but I just remember all of my teenage years having horrible periods, having, you know, them twice a month. I hated how the birth control made me feel. I hate how hormones make me feel. So I took myself off of it when I was like 18 or no, I was like 19. I stopped taking it. I mean, and keep in mind, you know, while I was on the birth control that was supposed to be controlling these problems, I was having cyst ruptures. I was still having a lot of pain and I was still bleeding, you know, twice a month sometimes. Sometimes 20 days at a time I would be bleeding. Now, when I came off the birth control, it actually seemed to, like, my period was pretty regular, things that were all right. It wasn't that bad. I always had pain during sex, and I never understood why. I thought maybe it was normal. I don't know. You know, I didn't know. I was young and uninformed and uneducated, and just the same way that a lot of people are that have this disease, and that's what endometriosis is a disease. Now, what I was going through as a teenager, I'm thinking must have just been the endometriosis getting a little out of control and the doctors not knowing much about it or enough about it to, you know, want to diagnose me. I don't know, or nothing was ever mentioned. I mean, of course, it's on file. You know, I had cyst rupture and I always had, you know, fluid in my abdomen and et cetera, et cetera. So in 2016, last year, I started having really bad urinary tract problems. Like, it felt like I had a horrible kidney infection or a bladder infection. I knew something, you know, I had an infection of some sort. I was certain of it. So my boyfriend takes me to the hospital, and the doctor was like 100% it was a UTI, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, you know, he found out that it wasn't, and I had no infections at all in my body. So he was kind of dumbfounded by that, so he did a CAT scan, and he found some cysts, and he found some fluid in my abdomen, and he said it had to have been from that. He didn't give me any real, you know, diagnosis other than I had cyst rupture, I'm having, you know, all these urinary tract problems. It had to have been because of that. And that's when I think the first time that endometriosis was actually mentioned to me. So I went on a roller coaster after that. My body just like went into freak out mode, and I had cysts rupturing left and right, constant pain in my right side. And then I had probably been to the emergency room 5 or 6 times at least in a 6-month period. I started missing a lot of work, which is not like me. I've had the same job for 5 years, but you know, I can only do what I can do in the kind of pain that I'm in. So I decided to make this video today because I'm having a horrible flare-up, and it's wrapped around my whole sciatic nerve into my pelvis, and I slept until 2:30 this afternoon, and that's not me at all. I'm so tired. I'm nauseous. I feel like shit. Anyway, I'm getting off track, so I finally found a gynecologist that would see me because I lost my insurance. And he said that, you know, he needed to do a laparoscopic procedure to diagnose to see if I had endometriosis. And if I didn't have it, then he didn't know what else to tell me. He's not a very compassionate doctor at all, by the way. But I did have the surgery, and he did find it. And he also found a cyst, I think he said about that big. He went ahead and drained and removed it. And he found the endometriosis all over my cervical lining. I have some lesions connecting some things together that shouldn't be connected together. So yeah, I have it, you know, I have it for sure. Quite a bit in there actually. And he doesn't want to do any excisions, or he doesn't want to do any of the burning. The only way he wants to treat it is through hormones. Now, ever since, you know, this endometriosis has hit me like a fucking rock, like hard as shit in the last year, I'm always retaining fluid, and I always, you know, I'm not the weight that I normally am, and I'm very self-conscious, and I know what hormones are going to do to me, and I'm just scared to take them. I don't know. I know that there's a special diet you can get on, and I'm trying to work on doing that. And I don't think it's fair that that's the only treatment that he can offer me is hormones. When I know that he could go in surgically and try to remove some of it to give me some kind of relief, maybe make it, you know, to the point where it's not bad enough to where I'm not infertile anymore, would be great. But I'm currently looking for another doctor that can help me in a different way, because I don't know what else to do. So here are my list of symptoms. I'll probably forget some. I don't know, but pain during sex, nausea, hot flashes, I've developed insomnia, my anxiety's gotten a lot worse, lots of pain, lots and lots of pain, extreme amount of pain. The pain is so bad. I've been balled up on the couch just sweating and crying for hours at a time before. It hurts to go to the bathroom. It feels like your insides are coming out of you. Your periods, like, don't even get me started on that, are so fucking painful. And there's this stigma like, oh, we're women. Okay, so we're women, so we should just suffer through it and live our lives like this. I don't think so. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right at all. I think it's bullshit. And right now, I'm trying to get my shift covered for tomorrow for work because I feel so sick today and I hurt so bad. And I just know that I'm not going to be able to make it. I know that I need my body needs more rest. I need some rest. My emotions. Let's not even get started about that. Like, apparently, we have too much estrogen, the women that do have endometriosis. So I think that does, you know, obviously that's why I'm a fucking basket case half the time, on top of the fact that I'm bipolar and have severe anxiety and post-traumatic stress disorder and blah, blah, blah. You know, that's a whole nother video. But, yeah, so I take this all-natural thing called kratom, and you guys have seen my video of that, I'm sure, if you follow me, and it's kept me clean for 2.5 years off of opioids and opiates, and it's helped with my pain. It's really the only thing that helps me get through. But what I'm very concerned about at this point is the fact that the pain's getting so bad that the kratom is just barely helping and barely touching it. I'm worried about getting back in to the lifestyle I was in before, and I don't want to go back to pills, and I'm tired. I'm just so tired of being in pain. So apparently endometriosis is a cancer that doesn't kill you. I watched a bunch of videos about it last night, and that's great. It's nice. I'm sorry. I'm going to pause it and try to contain myself again. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to cut this video short. I'm just in a lot of pain. I'm feeling really nauseous, and I just need to lay back down. But I just wanted to make a quick video on how I found out I had endometriosis and what it is, and my symptoms, and people like, oh, you don't look sick. Like, well, I wish that you could feel, actually, I don't wish this on anyone, but, you know, just because you don't see how sick someone is on the outside, you don't know how they feel on the inside. So always keep that in mind. My mind's all over the place, so I'm not even, like, saying what I wanted to say. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I'll come back and collect my thoughts, and make another more in-depth video about this, but right now I just needed to make a video and get something out there and get my feelings a little bit out there, and I'm sorry that I broke down a little bit. I'm sorry that I'm really emotional. I'm not trying to cry on camera. I'm not trying to have anyone feel sorry for me. I just want people to understand that I'm going through a lot of shit, and the women that have endometriosis, it's so painful, and it's taking my whole fucking life over, and I'm sick of it. So, I'm gonna sign out now, guys, and, endometriosis is a bitch, and it sucks. So, yeah. Kayla K out. I'll make another video and actually, write down my symptoms, and have a list of things that I want to say, because I just got on here emotional and frazzled, and I don't even think that I've gotten very much helpful information out there at all to anyone. I don't know. If you're suffering like I am, though, and you need someone to talk to, I could always use somebody to talk to, too. A lot of people don't get it or understand. So I'm going to sign out for now and lay back down and, upload this video, and I'm going to upload it in its raw state because I'm in my raw state. So anyway, I hope you guys have a better day than I'm having, and I'll talk to you soon. Crazy K out.